Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Um, I am on day 6 of 7 days of tarot, and day 6 is what other divination tools have you acquired this year? Crystals, pendulums, books, etc. And I just remembered I got a couple more books, but I'm not gonna really show them. I've showed them before. Um, but yeah, let me get into what I bought this year. So I've actually found out quite a few cool things at Walmart. Um, this really cool kit is $5. The lid comes off. It's wooden. That's glass. Um, comes with a really cool incense holder. It's a rose. And several different incense. There's frankincense. I don't remember what all they are, but there's quite a few. There's 5 different ones in there, and the little bitty ones. I know frankincense is one. I know patchouli is another. I think there's a black cherry in there. I'm all about incense. I love it. I have a lot of um, dragon's blood incense. If you've watched my channel before, you would know that when I get my decks, for some reason, I have to clear each card individually with a dragon's blood incense. And speaking of, I actually bought this little thing at Five and Below. It's an incense holder. It's a little Buddha on there. It's really cute. It's $5. And it came with, well, did I bring them out here? A whole bunch of little dragon's blood incense, little cones. But then what I found interesting is it came with all these stones. I think that's fluorite. But there's a whole bag of them, and that was $5 for all that. And it comes with a huge baggie of dragon's blood cone incense. Then I went down to Five and Below again, and I bought a sage kit. It actually has leaves, sage leaves that you can burn. It came with this cool feather. It came with a Palo Alto stick, which I'm addicted to now. And it came with this really cool seashell that you can set your incense in, or your Palo Alto stick. It smells like Palo Alto because Palo Santo, excuse me, because I use it all the time. This is the last one. The first one I ever used. There's a stub there, but this is my newest stick. I love the smell of that. And I've been using a deck for a while. I will use some Palo Santo to cleanse it. Seems to pack a little bit more punch. And then I bought a bunch of Palo Santo sticks at Five and Below for $5. But yeah, this shell, really cool shell, and all that came together in a kit for $5. And then there's another one of those stones, fluorite stones, really pretty. And I don't know what that was doing outside of the pack, but it goes in there. And I bought these sage at my local metaphysical store. I kind of went through and kind of saged my house just because there's another stick that was part of that kit. There's a spirit in there, and I'm gonna say he used to live there, and there's other negative feeling energies in there, so I saged it. Haven't really saged it since. And then I saged my mother-in-law's house because I had a clairvoyant moment there with a spirit, and it was very negative. So I saged her house as well. Then I also found this. It was $5 at Five Below. It's raw amethyst. Um, Beautiful. It's quite heavy. Um, but I've never seen it that light purple before. It's usually a darker purple to me, but I love it. Love it. Love it. So then I went to Walmart the other day. I actually have a real tall incense thing where the stick stands up and you shut the door. It's like a hot box kind of, and the smoke wafts out of it. It's really pretty. I think I got that in December. But I went there the other day and they had new stuff on that aisle. There is Palo Santo wood sticks and botanicals. It's like real flowers in there. That's crazy cool. I've never seen that. I almost don't want to use it. And there's like, looks like bay leaves wrapped around it. Really cool. It's for purifying. And then this one is Sage and Botanical Smudge Bundle for purifying. And they were like $1 something a piece. That almost looks like some kind of candy treat. But it's a sage stick with like flowers weaved into it. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. And then I found, because I'm all about waxes and incense, new scents. This one's called Illusion. And they're wax scents, and they smell delicious. Smells great. It's called Illusion, and then this one is called Magic Spell, and it also smells amazing. Yeah, that one's like a berry, like a burberry berry, some kind of berry. This one smells like almost like mint cologne, or with mixed with baby powder. But yeah, those are cool. Those are $1 something a piece for those. So I thought that was pretty cool to show you guys. And then let's get into decks. After all that. So, and there's a couple other things I bought. There's a couple books and stuff, but I've already showed them on my channel a couple times, so, and I forgot them, so yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna go get them. But I do have 3 decks to show. I have done walkthroughs of these decks. They are Lenormand decks because I didn't put a day on here for Lenormand, and so I figured I'd put it on today because I'm only 7 minutes in, and I've already showed all my little stuff I've gotten. So this is the Gilded Reverie Lenormand. Got it off ALI Express, which I thought was, I should have known better because I already had a dealing with Wish. But it's the same thing as Wish. It's basically a copy. The QR code on it to download the book doesn't work. It's a tuck box. But I will say it did come gilded. Gold gilded. Super, I thought that was cool. It is like playing card size. And I love Cheryl Marchetti's work, and it doesn't even tell you that it's Cheryl Marchetti on here, which kind of upset me. But I have 2 blank cards, and then the cards. Because I'm learning Lenormand, and this deck was the first one that I was drawn to with Lenormand. That's the cover. It's just really cool deck, and I wanted it. And at least it's not like the tarot deck I got that was off Wish. It was like super tiny. This is at least playing card size, which is weird because this is Lenormand, so it should have been small. But yeah, look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful artwork. And there was just something about this deck that really spoke to me. It said, yeah, maybe we should learn Lenormand now. And yeah, I probably won't get this deck in a bigger size just because I do have a book that I bought that is teaches you Lenormand, and it is a pretty good size deck. So I don't feel like I feel the need to go get the actual deck. But yeah, that's the Gilded Reverie Lenormand. I know, I think it was like $4 on there. Then I'm going to show you the two I got on Make Playing Cards. I made a bag for this one. It's large. I didn't put a button on there yet. I'm still debating what button I want to use because I got a bunch. These are the backs. They are huge cards, but they remind me a lot of my Universe Has Your Back cards, in the fact that they're very simple. And it shocked me that they came as huge cards like that, but I couldn't see them being any other way, any other size. Honestly, they're gorgeous, gorgeous. There's a lot of pinks and blues and purples in there, and they are beautiful, beautiful. Woman, birds, ring, crown, male. I find it interesting that there's a woman as a woman, but for the man, instead of man, it's male and it's antlers. I find that interesting. Love this tower. Love the stars too. Yeah, so that was off MakePlayingCards.com. I think it was like $17 for this deck. But it is the full size or full number of cards. And the reason I say that, excuse me, is because my next deck, I actually set a Tree of Life button on there. Made a patch for it. This alongside with my 2.0 tarot, I use every day for lunch and pull a card just because I'm learning it. But it is the Rustic Lenormand off MakePlayingCards.com. The cardstock is outstanding. Outstanding for both of these decks. But this deck I find interesting because it came with a lot of other cards. There's like 80 some cards, 78 cards, 79 cards in this deck. And the reason being is because, like, you have, why are they all, they're all mixed up too. Like with the snake, there's like 4 snakes in the deck, so you can pick and choose which ones you want to work with. I love them also because they have keywords up here and up down here, like positive and then the negative side, which helps me because I'm still learning the deck. And then there's some extra ones in here, like Spirit Children. There's Coffin. Work. You have Spirit Guides, which I know is not in a traditional Lenormand. Pass or Crossroads, and there's a couple different ones of these. There's a lot of different cards in here that you can pick and choose. Essence. I just pulled this one yesterday. But I carry this deck with me everywhere I go. I love it. I wanted something that looked antique-y, and this totally fits the bill. And it's the perfect Lenormand size. And just the fact that there's so many extras with it. Like, I've got them in a rubber band. There's 4 white cards that just say Rustic Lenormand, but that's pretty thick. That's the extra cards that came with it. We got Tree, Cross, Gardner Park. Look at that. These are gorgeous cards. Scythe, There was several different birds as well that you could choose from. Book. And I just realized it looks like runes on there almost on the book. Stars. Look at that tower. Look at that. Gorgeous. Sleep. House. Anchor. And it does have a man and a woman. Letter. Key. And then we have Angel of Light. And I love that there's extra cards in here. Mountain. Adult Spirit. Ship. There's the woman. Lily. And if you look, Dark Angels. If you look, it looks like there's writing in the back, like an old calligraphy or something. Really find that cool. Bouquet. Clover. Sun. Fish. I pulled that today. And I showed you the snake already. It's the only one I could actually tolerate because I'm terrified of snakes. Stork. Boomerang. Moon. There's one that says intentions. Mice. Love this dog. There's a couple different ones of those. And ring. So I just went through all the cards. I love, love, love this deck. It fits everything I wanted in a Lenormand deck. Rustic Lenormand, and sorry about that. But yeah, there's so many. Look how thick that is. There's so many cards in this deck. But I wanted a deck that looked antique. I wanted it the right size, and it is the perfect Lenormand size. And then I wound up getting a book as an ebook online. Let me see what book it is. I forgot what book it was. It's something Lenormand. It is the Complete Lenormand Oracle Handbook, which I've seen many people with this. I can't show a picture of it. I've been told that's like the book to go to learn Lenormand, so I've been reading that online. But yeah, that is the decks I've gotten this year that aren't tarot or oracle. And what I was going to say before I was interrupted was I've been reading Lenormand okay, so when I started my spiritual journey, I literally woke up, and I've said this repeatedly, but I think it bears repeating. I literally woke up one day with the overwhelming need to know everything there was about being a medium, being psychic, paranormal. I had no interest in it. None. I've had paranormal experiences in the past, a lot more than I want to admit. But I was so scared of it that I wanted nothing to do with it. And I woke up that morning wanting to know everything I could get my hands on to know. I devoured whatever I could on YouTube, devoured any books I could find. And then last April, I woke up one morning with overwhelming need to buy a tarot deck. Didn't care to have one, didn't understand why I needed one, because I was never going to read with it. So yeah, it's been a year and a half later, and I'm reading with it and doing things. And I just keep dropping cards. About December, maybe November, December, it just kept nagging at me to get a Lenormand deck. And I couldn't figure out why. And I saw on Anthony's channel a walkthrough of the steampunk tea leaf reading cards. And they're a lot like Lenormand. A lot of the cards in there are Lenormand cards. They're the same images. But when I got them, I had no need to learn Lenormand. When I got them, it was like someone was saying, this is your chance to really, because you've been developing your abilities, you've been using your intuition to read tarot instead of going by the book, instead of doing, what everybody else is doing, you're going with your gut. So you need to take that knowledge, what you learned on how to use your gut, and combine it and kind of marry your mediumship abilities along with your tarot knowledge, or your gut, and talk to spirit. So I started using that deck, and that's exclusively all I use it for, is to communicate with spirit. And I feel like that's what this deck is for as well. Because if you notice what I read, there's Angels of Light, there's all these extra cards. I don't think Sleep is a Lenormand one. A typical Lenormand card. Intentions. So looking. Dark Angels. Where is it? Essence. Spirit guides. I think those are the extras. Spirit children. But those are the an adult spirit. Those are the extras to me that screamed, use this to communicate with spirit. And so I haven't yet. I've actually just been getting to kind of bond with this deck because I've just got it in the last month. And it takes me a while to kind of really bond with the deck. So I've literally been just pulling it alongside my 2.0 tarot on lunch break since I've been back to work, and just seeing what the rest of my day is going to look like, and just pulling one card. I know it typically reads with more than one. I haven't got that far yet on how to learn Lenormand or how to really dive deep. I'm just really learning what the cards mean and all that at this point. But that's what that screamed to me was like. And so maybe I'm only supposed to be learning Lenormand in the sense that it's for spirit communication only, because that's what I feel like it is. Like, I have the tarot for living people, and then I have the Lenormand for people that are not alive. I do want to start reading mediumistically with the tarot, but I think right now the Lenormand is really what's drawing me in to do that. So that's what I've been doing with at least that deck. I haven't really used the other decks yet. I mean, this one I've been pulling a deck card a day just because I love it. The images really draw me in, and so do the big one here. But that's what I've been doing, and that's what I got this year for my other divination tools and things like that. So that's it. I hope you liked this video. If you do, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos, please subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification button so you are alerted to any videos in the future. And I will just say, see you tomorrow.